Good morning, Richard. Thank you for joining us today. Each month we chat with someone from the community college and just talk about their area of focus at the community college. And throughout the past few months we've had the Dean of Continuing Education, the Director of the Foundation, Dean of Student Services, and some other individuals with us as well. So we're excited to have you today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Your title at the community college, at Stephenson Community College, Director of Allied Health, Emergency, Fire, Medical, and Public Safety Programs. Is that correct? Okay.
That's correct.
So now let's just kind of dive into what that is. But before we start that conversation, share with us how long you've been at the community college and what led you to your current role.
Well, I tell people because of the varying areas that I work in, it all started when I was 16.
Okay.
You grow up on the rescue squad in the fire department back home, so you're in public service. I gravitated to Sampson for nursing school, and in 1998 began teaching for the college, and been there ever since. And I tell people, because of the varying degree of things that I do, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up, so I do a lot of different things.
Good. So every day is interesting and it adds something new.
That's correct.
Good. Keeps it fun. So, well, good. Well, let's dive on in. And you are a part of the Continuing Education Division at Sampson Community College. So share with the community some of the differences between continuing education versus curriculum.
It's really a good question. Over the recent years, in the last 5 years, there's been quite a bit of merger between the two. However, continuing education has a specific mission to the community to provide short-term training that leads to licensure or certification. We have some specific areas like the focused industrial training that is specific for industry, but the goal is to provide, rather than a 1-year certificate or a 2-year degree program, to provide shorter training that would be for career enhancement and to get people better jobs in the community.
And when you say shorter training, what's the average length of some of your classes?
The average length is 1 semester, which would be 16 weeks, and then someone would be eligible for licensure or certification.
Okay.
The neat thing with this is when we said that there has become a merger, there is a number of the areas that I'm responsible for, such as fire service. The fire service classes actually cross over to curriculum. So when you receive your license and certification, there's a crosswalk that allows you to get credit in the academic side. We talked about continuing ed being for the short-term training, but the curriculum side of the house, how it differs is it truly prepares you for the academic side of the discipline that you're choosing, whether it's an allied health career, whether it's emergency services or fire service. What we offer gets you the initial licensure and certification. The curriculum side gives you the theory and the gen ed courses that makes you a more rounded person.
So it's a great partnership.
Absolutely.
And it's very convenient. You'd be on the campus, and then you can have that continual partnership and
that is correct.
Help the students in every possible way. So let's just dive into some of these programs.
Okay.
You have an array of programs. We can mention all of them, but then certain ones that you want to talk more about and just share with us.
Sure. Let's talk about the allied health community, because that is the one thing people generally ask about. How can I get into the medical field? You know, traditionally the community college system had a pathway that everyone sought out to become a nurse. But everybody can't be a nurse. There's just not enough hospitals and employments for that. But there's a vast array of occupations that support nursing, physicians, mid-levels, and our allied health courses are just those. We offer the traditional courses such as the nursing assistant, phlebotomy. We offer pharmacy technician training.
Real quick, explain phlebotomy.
Phlebotomy is the person that would work in a clinic or hospital setting that does your blood draws.
Okay.
Okay. And then we offer the veterinary assistant program, where you learn to work in a veterinary office or work in a shelter. And one of the more popular programs right now is healthcare billing and coding. So that's the one I want to hit on the hardest.
Absolutely.
The thing with healthcare billing and coding is, unlike most classes at the community college through continuing ed, this program takes 4 classes combined to be eligible to test for your national licensure as a certified coding associate. just some background, what does that lead to in Sampson County? In the local newspaper, there have been several job listings over the past few weeks for certified coders, and the starting salary is $25 an hour. So I'm sure that sparked quite a bit of interest. But the thing that is most interesting about our program, it prepares you for two different jobs. A coder is a person that actually takes the medical treatment and interventions and puts it into a numeric code for billing purposes. And the billing associate is the one that actually bills the insurance for it. Now, how this all comes into be of such importance is if a person that's working in a hospital or a medical facility, if for any reason things are not coded properly and then not billed and processed properly, you don't get paid. So what the medical community has found in talking to a lot of the local physicians and physician groups, they are really interested in high quality people that do an accurate job with this, because it assures that their practice receives compensation for the services rendered.
And Richard, you've really touched on some great points, that there are jobs. You know,
Absolutely.
continuing education, focusing on the continuing education side, y'all are all about getting individuals in that have a passion for medical billing and coding, let's say, for example,
Right.
and training them quickly and then putting them right back in the workforce.
Absolutely.
And so you touched on that perfectly, that there are jobs here, and that's what y'all are here to do, to train the workforce and to get them back in the community and get them a part of the workforce locally.
That is right. Another one of our programs is the cardiovascular technician. It's a new name for EKG/monitor technician. And one of the things that we strive to do is to counsel people on the reality of the class they're taking. When you live in rural America, there may not be a job specifically for an EKG technician. However, if you combine that with nursing assistant or phlebotomy, then you make yourself marketable to the rural healthcare setting. And there's quite a number of jobs then that open up, because you actually can serve multiple roles within a medical practice. But the one thing we would like to tell people is that when you look outside of Sampson County to the counties that touch us, we have a number of our graduates from the EKG Tech program, which is now cardiovascular technician, but they sought out the VA hospital in Fayetteville, and they are EKG technicians for the VA. And federal job, great work environment, working with some great people, which are our veterans. So one of the things that we do is at Sampson Community College is we try to give you an individualized experience, where when you come in, it's like, where are you at and where are you wanting to be? And sometimes, you know, we have to offer career counseling even at the level of taking one or two classes to improve your lot in life, so that you can attain your goal.
And you mentioned individualized attention. What's the average class size for some of these courses?
The average class size for phlebotomy, for instance, we don't put more than 15 students in, and for nursing assistant, we have only 20 students. Some of the other classes, like pharmacy tech, where there's no clinical component, where everything is classroom and lab, then we cap it off at around 25.
But even with 25 students, you still have that personalized attention.
Absolutely.
You know your instructor knows you.
Sure, and the thing of it is that is what's most important, is that the students have access to an instructor, to you know, a director, coordinator, you know, staff member, because that's going to be what helps them succeed.
Absolutely. That's a great point. Well, briefly, let's go ahead and mention some of these other. We talked about allied health. You want to talk about some of the emergency medical services or the
Sure,
fire
we've got quite a bit of change going on in that area.
exciting change.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, with the efforts of Dr. Starling and Ms. Wanda Capps, this fall we actually began our first semester for the Emergency Medical Services degree program. I will be teaching the EMS 110 class myself. We're combining it with Career and College Promise, but what this means is that a person can come in with no prior training and actually complete their paramedic degree, which is a better way to put it, at the college, starting off by earning their EMT and getting some general education courses that prepare them for the advanced topics, and then navigate through the program and graduate with a degree. And what's even better is Sampson Community College, and I'm the person that does it, we proctor for Western Carolina University for Dr. Michael Hubble's program. which is emergency medical science, which is the 4-year degree. So we have a 2+2 agreement already in place where a person can actually come to Sampson Community College, do the 2-year paramedic degree, or actually bridge in if they already hold a credential through continuing education.
Okay.
They can bridge in and complete their final general education requirements and then transfer to Western Carolina University and get their 4-year degree. And they get a 4-year degree from Western Carolina, but they could come to Sampson Community College to finish everything up. That's the great thing about the 2+2 program.
Absolutely, and that's another great partnership
Sure.
that we have, and you can start at the community college and really go anywhere from there.
That's exactly right.
So, well, Richard, as we start to wrap up, is there 1 or 2 more programs that you want to hit on briefly?
Well, one of the things that we can talk about is the amount of fire and technical rescue training that we do in our community. Sampson County is the largest county in the state by geography, 963 square miles, and we have 18 fire departments in the county. All of those fire departments are volunteer departments with the exception of one career department, which is located here in Clinton. And we do a vast amount of training, monthly, weekly, it seems like daily at times, of teaching people to become firefighters. We do technical rescue training such as confined space rescue, trench rescue, high angle rescue. We have on tap for the fall the water tower rescue class. But I just wanted to throw that in that we are a full service institution through the North Carolina Department of Insurance Office of the State Fire Marshal for every discipline that they offer. And then, a thumbs up to the men and women who serve in public service in the fire service. So,
Absolutely. Well, great. Well, Richard, thank you for being here and just briefing the community on the many programs that you have. As we close, can you share your contact information? Or?
Sure. You can contact me at the community college at 910-592-8081, extension 4007.
Perfect. And an email address?
Email address is rstephenson, and we'll spell it STEPHENSON at sampsoncc.edu.
Perfect. Richard, thank you for being with us today. And for more information about the college, you can also visit us online at sampsoncc.edu. Email Richard, give us a call, and we hope to see you in the fall.
Very good.